Good morning, boys and girls. So today I'm recording in my car. I was going to a workshop yesterday, and so I didn't get to record in class. So tonight while Bailey's at practice, or almost at practice, here she is. Hi. I'm going to record your read aloud. So we are going to do something a little different today. While I am reading to you, I want you to get out a whiteboard or a piece of paper or something that you can draw on. And as I read these poems to you, I want you to either visualize what is happening. So draw out what is happening in the poem, draw out what you think you're seeing. I want you to let the words that I'm reading help create an image in your head, and I want you to put that image on paper or on the whiteboard. So the book we're going to be reading out of is called In the Swim. And In the Swim is just full of all kinds of poetry. And you're going to find that all of these poems describe different animals in the ocean. So today as I read, I really want you visualizing what is happening as I read those poems. Sometimes it's the action. Sometimes it might be what the animal looks like and different things like that. So let's start with, I'm not going to show you the pictures at first because I want you to be using your imagination. This one's called The Catfish. I cannot purr, I don't have fur, or claws or paws. Don't sleep in drawers, I don't chase mice. Let that suffice. I am a fish, I have no wish to be a cat. That's that. I think if I was to visualize what's going on in this poem, I would maybe visualize a catfish being kind of sassy about being called a cat. And when you look at this picture, you see a fish in there and you see a cat peeking around that corner. This one's called The Salmon. Could do with legs, just think what we are pearly eggs. Upstream we spawn, we somersault, we vault, we jump. Our leaps astound, we bound, we spring. So I think I can infer from this poem here that the salmon are very active fish. It says they're jumping, they're vaulting, they're somersaulting. I can imagine that fish flipping and jumping and moving all around when I read that poem there. I'm only going to read this one because I think kids really like piranhas, but I think they're really weird fish. It's widely known that grown piranhas are long on teeth, but short on manners. What do you think the author means when he says are long on teeth, but short on manners? I think what we know about a piranha is they're not very nice. And so although their teeth are long, they don't have very good manners. Let's see. Oh, this one would be a good one to visualize. See if you, I'm not going to tell you the title, and I want you to see if you can picture what fish this might be from the words. You have no hooves. You have no hair. You don't eat oats. You don't breathe air. You hatch from eggs. You cannot race. You have no legs with which to chase. You're not a colt, nor mare, nor filly. You're called a horse. I call that silly. What kind of creature do you think that might be that's in the ocean? How about the seahorse? Yeah. We can imagine the seahorse without its hooves, but kind of looking like a horse. Let's see. This one's called The Ray. Grand and gray, the regal ray slyly glides upon its prey. It almost flies on weightless wings, its whip-like tail with poison stings. All creatures near this royal ray retreat in fear, make way, make way. Now, there's a couple things in this poem I want us to notice. Right here, it says G-L-I-D-S. Do you see how they like really separated that out? I think they wanted us to visualize it gliding slowly. And then down here at the end, it says, retreat in fear, make way, make way. They're letting us know that it's really big and it's long. The ray is. So, in poetry, we're going to be looking at over the next couple days, why authors write poetry, what kind of figurative language they use in poetry, such as similes and metaphors and alliteration and onomatopoeias. And so there was a couple in here that I wanted us to look at, and we are going to talk about what a simile is. So a simile simply takes two things and compares it using like or as. And so let's look at this poem here, The Well. Wide as a wall and just as tall. So the well, they're describing the well, that it's wide as a wall. What does that simile mean? Why do you think he used that simile, wide as a wall? I think he wanted me to understand that it's really big. Like a wall in your house is really long, and he wanted me to know that a well is that wide. Like that's how big their body is. Let's see if we can find another one. So this one, and the jellyfish. Thin as a drape, umbrella shaped, it gently glides through the seascape. So right here, thin as a drape. A drape is a curtain. So it's saying its body is thin as a little curtain that you would hang in your house. So it's comparing the jellyfish's body to like a drape or a curtain in your house. So I'm going to post a video that just is like a sing-along about similes and metaphors, because that's what we're going to be looking at over the next couple of days.